Hey y'all, my name is Angelica. I'm the owner of the Math Magician Bookkeeping and one of the students in Bryce's coaching program. And today I wanted to discuss with you successful tips on how to have a great first consultation with a potential client. So I am by no means an expert at this, but this is just things that I have actually learned from Bryce in his program. And I figured that I would pass some of this information along to you because it's actually been really helpful for me. So let's go ahead and talk about things that you should be doing and saying during your consultation to make it successful. And I also wanted to share with you an example of a consultation that I've had that actually turned out to be successful as well. So let me go ahead and jump in.
Sometimes I have to wait a little longer than I would like to get the paperwork right. And I'm not saying that you could do any better. Hopefully, you might not be able to do any better, but I'm trying to find somebody that this is what they do. This is something they do full time, and they're more prepared for situations like that.
Why would now be a good time to fix this? Like, why, I guess, would you reach out to me now?
Because we're growing. And we've almost doubled in volume of business. That's the scary thing, is that we're growing. Nashville, I don't know where you're from, or you have local, the growth is it's crazy.
Yep.
And it's like, there's not enough labor. There's actually not enough contractors in the city. It's just tremendous as to what's just falling on our plate. But I'm getting to a point now where I'm going to have to start turning away business because of until I can make sure we can get certain types of structures in place. I want to.
So you can tell I had asked him, what made you specifically want to reach out to me now? And he basically said, well, we're growing. Basically, the infrastructure in Nashville is growing, causing my business to get bigger. And without certain systems in place, I've actually had to turn away a couple customers. So that's a really good pain point for me to use because myself as a bookkeeper, if I could help him with some of those systems, those bookkeeping systems, he possibly could accept more clientele, more customers, and keep growing his business instead of having to turn them away.
I get some of these things that put some pieces in place.
Yeah. Well, it definitely sounds like it's something I could help you with because a little bit about me is obviously I do the bookkeeping. So not only do I organize your transactions and make sure that everything is categorized in the right spots for tax time, for deductions and such, but sorry.
So basically I just kind of go on to tell him a little bit about what my process looks like. And then in between, whenever you're asking those questions, you're going over it or you're talking about what your process looks like. One of the things I didn't do in this consultation that I would suggest you do is pause every now and then and just ask, is that something that sounds like that would be helpful to you? Does that make sense? Basically, you want to ask questions to kind of engage that client back in because you can kind of lose them and they don't really care as much about what you're doing, even though it's really important that they know. Most of the time at this point, they're kind of thinking like, okay, how much is it going to cost for you to help me? I've already told you my situation. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where we kind of get towards the end of the conversation and how he gets excited and feels like I would be able to help him and moves forward.
On top of it for him. And like I said, my method is, at the beginning of every month, just getting your bank statement, making sure that your bank account matches what is in the actual bookkeeping system, and categorizing it properly, obviously making sure it balances out. And then based off those categorizations, being able to look at those reports and tell you what can be done to help improve, and then just having those reports on file. That way, if you do need to purchase a property or apply for a loan, you have that information at hand for you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's great. And now we use ADP, okay? I'm a W-2.
So then he kind of tells me a little bit about his payroll situation and so on and so forth. And towards the end, we ended up just talking a little bit more. I had sent him a form for him to fill out at the end of this, and then he proceeded to move forward with services with me. So that is one way how to do a successful consultation. It takes a while to actually get used to it. I am not a salesperson by any means. I hate having to sell anything. I'm very awkward when it comes to taking money from people. So it's just awkward for me to talk about price with anything. But having that form, like I was talking about, really helps you kind of get an idea of how to even charge them at the beginning. And like I said, in this consultation, he hadn't filled out a form beforehand, but he did afterwards and then proceeded to work with me. But yeah, so I hope that this video was helpful to you. If so, please give it a thumbs up to let me know that this content is helping you. And feel free to subscribe to Bryce's channel because there's tons of really good videos on here for bookkeepers. And if you want to learn more of how to actually have a good consultation, because I only scratched the surface on what Bryce has taught me, feel free to click the link in the description and in the comment section below to schedule a call with Bryce. So anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.